Happy time zone, everybody. I've lost Furret. I'm not doing a bit. I'm looking for the sprite. I've accidentally turned it off, and now I can't work out where it went. Oh, I was gonna play with it, and then it was gone. Feels like it's been a minute. Feels like it's been a little while, and hoping to get back into it. I actually haven't crocheted in a great number of weeks now because I've been spending the whole time editing. So it's gonna be an interesting day. See if I remember how. Hi everybody. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna try and see if I can locate where our sprite went. Nope, I'll tell you what, I'll go looking for that after we've started today's vote. So, I have this freshly prepared board here for you. We have 5 options because, like, I'm going to see how we go today. We're going to do at least 2, assuming I remember how to do this. It'll be fine. It's going to be fine. We are halfway through Gen 2, pretty much exactly, so we'll be, like, chugging along. And, Beetle makes salt. You are not late. We have just started. You might have to close your eyes and let your crochet instincts take over. Yeah, probably. Anyway, we have a theme for today, and it's a theme that will be very familiar to all of you from the last 2 weeks because I've combed through, really, all of the remaining Pokemon we have in Gen 2, and I've picked out the 5 that just look like they're wanting to get up to some mischief. And I know you're probably really bored with the concept of mischief at this point, but it seemed like a really good cohesive theme to go with everything else that's been happening these last 2 weeks. And so I've picked out 5 mischievous little guys, and they are on the board right now. So let's start a poll, and you can pick between 1, 2, 3, or 4. Anybody who's not sure why there's a 5 on the screen as well, that's because we like to have lots of options, and sometimes these streams go for really long. There you go. So while you start picking that, I'm going to try and find what happened to my sprite. Where did he go? I used to be able to just like get it to reset to the middle of the screen, but I can't find that option. Transform? There it is. But it's still not there. Oh, Elle, hello. Hi, buddy. What are you doing up there? And why so big? I found him. I'm bored of mischief? Never. Oh, that's good. You're a simple man, you see green, you vote for it. That's interesting because a lot of you are purple menaces, which feels like the polar opposite of green. Though I'm partial to like a sea green with a purple, as you can tell from the color choices I make in the background all the time. How do I shrink you? It's all coming back to me now. Why is there just so much dead air above your head? That's what was causing the problem. Ah, what have I grabbed? That's going to have misaligned something. We'll work that out later. This. There we go. There we are. Nice and polite. Why does the Why does the on-screen chat stop early? It's just taking up slightly less room on the screen today because we had a few minor technical issues before stream, and it's telling me to sign in at the bottom. And I assure you I am signed in, so rather than have that on screen the whole stream, I've just cropped it out. That's all. Oh, and while you guys pick, I can also show you the other thing. Let's turn the mini player on so you can still see the numbers you're picking. So I did manage to make some progress on the 3 that we started like a month ago, and I know that they should have been well and truly finished by now, but we've been busy. So here we have Pineopticon the Pineco. I did have to go through and make a double wall for each of the little petals. So he ended up chewing through a lot of my crafting time as I was sewing him together last night, but I think he turned out pretty good. He's nice and angry and whatnot. So there is our Pineco to go with our Forretress. And the other one I know you're all dying to see will be Furret, who we named Tiramisu. And unfortunately Furret never got sewn together, but I did make the rest of his little pieces. So he has little ears, he has his little cape, and he's got his stripes. He just needs to pull himself together a little bit. The Pupitar we were working on still looks exactly the same as he did. So, if looks could kill, Mr. Bones, I've missed something. We have a new group, the Rich Bougie Brigade? Yeah, I think he's going to be super cute once he pulls himself together. I made some interesting choices there. What's funny is that like this whole like sew this bit together underneath used to be a relatively new technique, and now we've done the 12 Days of Mischief and I expect to do it every single time. Okay, so you guys sound like you have made your choice. We can wrap this up if we want. There we go. So, who are we making for number 51? Yeah, Beatles, it would be a you issue because my internet is not dropping any frames at the moment. Sorry to tell you. Okay, so we have a clear and decisive victory for number 4 with 41% of the vote. Then came number 2 at 30%, number 3 at 18%, and number 1 at just 11%. So, thank you to everybody who voted. We are going to reveal who is behind door number 4. A little eraser here, and let's just poke a hole in it. Is it who you expected to see? Were you picking just on vibes? Or were you hoping for a little Sneasel? That's Sneasel, right? I think it's Sneasel. As we get further into these gens, I'm going to become foggier and foggier as to, like, I know, like, the main Pokemon, but occasionally there's going to be one that confuses me. I'm pretty sure this is Sneasel. You're discussing whether it's the best green or the wrong green. Okay, so there we go, there is that. So we are making Sneasel for number 51. You have picked a Peoplemon to start us off, and that's okay, I'll forgive you. It's been a long time, we're all out of practice. Where are you? There you are, little friend. See, like, just look at that. Look at this little guy. Don't tell me Mischief isn't about to unfold. Mischief and the odd assassination. But something's about to go down. You can go away now. There we go. Sneasel. Yeah, I tend to think of Sneasel as being a darker blue as well, but nope, Sneasel is this colour. Okay, so now I have to do the drawing thing. So he has kind of like a flat biscuit for a head. He has one giant Mischief ear and one little more well-behaved ear, which I believe are completely different shapes, actually. Might have to refer to some reference images to work out what exactly is going on there, but yes. And then he has Mischief form, so he can hide in little places. Okay, we've got some claws. The markings might actually put up a little bit of a fight. We'll probably stitch on the forehead and chest gems. I haven't decided yet if we're going to use safety eyes, but they would go approximately here if we were. He reminds me of the assassin from Adventure Time. That little tiny cat that crawls up Jake's nose at one point. Okay, so it's like one normal cat ear and like a giant feathery bit. I'm a little bit rusty, and that's okay, you'll all forgive me, I'm sure. He looks like he's got this like super, you know how when cats fixate on something and their eyes just go whop? It's kind of what this little guy's doing at the moment. Big feather ear is male, small feather ear is female. Okay, well, we'll just see how it goes then. So, like, I've drawn male, and then female would be, like, easier, hypothetically. Yeah, and then we've got clodhoppers, which are thankfully confirming for themselves that there is no toe beans. But I'm seeing some butt feathers. There we go. I think the head is a slightly different shape to the one that I'm drawing. Yeah, it's more...
It's a makeup sponge.
Yeah. It's a beauty blender.
And the non-leaf here is just a cone.
Okay, that's good to know. It's Mr. Bones providing advice from the other room, which we love. Funny little claws, no beans. Yeah. It ate a spider, potentially. You haven't been able to catch a live in like a year? Well, welcome back. It's a good time of year to be catching lives. I feel like the world kind of shifts vibe a little. Well, sorry, the worlds that I run in tend to like shift vibe a little bit during December. There we go. Then, yeah, I think the arms and legs are pretty similar. It's just we do the color change slightly later on one than the other. I don't know. We'll work it out. It's kind of like spaghetti limb. I'll probably do just treble toes for the toenails. Butt feathers are just butt feathers. Okay, butt feathers. All right, let's ink him. There we go. Yeah, oop, made the face the wrong shape. That's all right. We also got one big hand and one little hand. That's fine. We'll warm up a little bit and then we'll be all good. Neat. Neat. There we go. So, our first little Pokemon ready to get up to some mischief. Sneasel. Oh, I forgot to update the counter. Oh, that's great, Watermelon. I was really pleased with this year's 12 Days of Crochet as well. But I do think I'm sorry, it's a very polarizing statement apparently, but I keep saying, oh, I need to go smaller next year. I'm not necessarily talking about scale, I'm talking about like the number of stitches in a project. So, a lot of people are going, yes, smaller, please. And a lot of people are going, no, please, no. So, I don't know how that's going to work out. So, we need some white for the claws. And we need some kind of odd colours today, because that's a very specific shade of orangey red pink we've got going. Thankfully, my range of orangey red pinks is pretty good. I feel like that could work in a pinch. It's going to depend on what blue we find. Sorry, I'm just going to be ducking out of frame, but I'm still here. Because my box of yarn is down here. I have like red, but I think red is too red. You know? It's a pinker pink. A little bit tangled. My room's chaos. It's just a mess back here right now. I mean, that's about as accurate as I could possibly hope for. Yeah, see, no, not smaller. This year was perfect sized. Woo. You got 6 books published. How long was I gone? Congratulations, though. That's amazing. Yeah, okay, so mallard is definitely the colour here, so I need to find the right orange to go with that. God, I'm low-key tempted by... This isn't a marble yarn. This is a remnant from another age. I have like it's like a neon watermelon, but it kind of matches the vibe a little bit. Outback might work. Do I have Outback around here anywhere? And we're digging. I'm sorry guys, this bit doesn't normally take this long. Oh, this? No. Well, let's see then. You've seen me use the perfect pastel red. I know. It's like I feel like I have one here, but my gut is saying we've got that. Is it this color that you're thinking of? Because this is the color I'm kind of looking for. Might be one small skein there. Sorry, my chair is creaking every time I move. Do we think that? I think that's too brown, honestly. Oh, we've got a full roster of names already. I'm actually tempted to go with the neon, even though it's not quite right. Because I don't think I like the Outback. I think it's too brown. I don't think that's saturated enough. Oh, checking the shelves behind me. What, do I have any of that color open at the moment? Oh, sorry. We'll get back on track in just a minute. Okay, I have none of that color open there. Hold on. Oh, we've got a lizard casualty. I have a plan. Right, we're back here. I'm sorting through the yarns. And I have an option. And that option is shrimp. Right? Shrimp. I just had to get myself a new ball of shrimp because I used it all on test making 12 days of crochet. Okay. Alright, okay, calm down. I can't remember all the... Stop it! Can't remember where all the buttons are and I lost my lizard and I'm all upset now. There we go. Shrimp! Mallard and shrimp. The perfect Mischief combination, apparently. Those off my desk. Oh, was there a little buggy around here somewhere? Okay, alright, okay. Well, let's keep this as simple as possible, shall we? I might start off with this little noggin. I just need to decide if I want the rows to run this way, or if I want the rows to run this way. I think if I run them this way, I can just join into the body, and it'll make life real easy, but it means the nose won't be as pointy, and I'm trying to work out if I like that or not. It will make adding the mouth a lot easier. You can call him Shrimp if you want. You've got to get the vote through, though. Yeah, I think we'll start from the top and we'll work down. There's so many things I'm doing right now that I haven't done in a long time, like use a pen. When, like, I finished editing day 12 on day 12. So that's what my last 2 weeks has been. And not really much else. I did find it awesome. Let's see, you were right. We did have the color here somewhere. We just have to find it. Kaylin, we are doing Pokemon who look like they could be up to mischief. Hence the Sneasel, who now needs to go back into their box because they're in the way. Can we just look at that? Mischief. Mischief everywhere. Don't cover the chat there. Might need to shrink a little. Sorry again for not... Why? Don't apologise, Keyblade Mistress. The idea is that it's a gift, not an obligation. It's like, if it works for you, fantastic. If it doesn't, okay, that's fine too. If you find you want to work through it later in the year, they'll still be there. I got a lot of people worried that I was going to take them down after day 12. I'm just like, what's the point in putting all that work in just to take them down? Nope, they'll just be up there if you ever want to make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the most chaotically time-poor time of the year. Exactly. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, well, for anybody who woke up and realised that the 12 days of crochet was over, Tiger Wolf over on Discord has released a little Mischief creature of their own. Don't get me wrong, I am not affiliated in any way, shape or form with any extended 12 days of crochet should it happen. I stay away from it, I've got nothing to do with it, but it's a real cute little fella posted to the Discord as a little bit of a Discord exclusive from what I was seeing there. So, yeah, if you are needing something to help you wean yourself off the 12 days of crochet, Tiger Wolf has very generously released a little penguin pattern for today. It's very cute. You took the second week of December off so you could do the 12 days, and due to getting a new apartment, spent the week packing and only finished half of 2 of the patterns. Honestly, that's priorities right there. I love that. New apartment can be fun though, like getting to put all of the things in new places. 365 days of crochet. Honestly, I white knuckle gripped my way through this year. I don't know if I could do more than 12 days. It's like every year I get the question, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Every year I get the question of, hey, why don't you do this in the 12 days before Christmas so that it's actually a countdown to Christmas? Well, it's not a countdown to Christmas. It's borrowing the Advent type of structure, but it's not a countdown to Christmas. And also, I don't want to work on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And that's what it would take to get those, to do that. And so like, and then I'd also have people saying, oh, I can't do it that close to Christmas. So that's why. Sorry. Every year brings up just like a little tiny itty bitty corner of the internet where I get asked the most, to me, they're just like the most bizarre questions. It's like, because I'm doing it now. That's why I'm doing it now. Oh, bye, Watermelon. Thanks for hanging out. Ah, there was a fly in here. I'm fine. It's too early to be in that part of the stream. Currently working on a Labubu pattern using mohair held double with your acrylic to get the fluffy effect. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either. It's like I've thought about doing a Labubu pattern, but honestly, I'm just... First of all, I don't get it. People are allowed to have their stuff, and I love that people love them. I don't personally get it, so that would make it kind of disingenuous, I think, for me to pretend like I got it. But also, there's the whole like, oh, I get sued for copyright infringement. I try and stay away from that stuff. Because like, if I make it, I gotta release it. That's just how this all works. Oh, my noble guardian has arrived. With his
sense that you were seeking butter.
With his fancy fly swat. Let's see. This is 12 around, and I'm trying to get like a... So I only need to do that to one of them. Yeah. We'll do 2, then we'll do that, and then we'll do 3. There we go. Please don't do a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's one of those things where like jumping on trends can be good for business, but I try and keep things authentic to at least things that I like. Oh, happy birthday! Actually, you know what? Happy birthday to everybody with a birthday within 7 days of today in either direction, and that includes me. We share a birthday chunk. We share a birthday chunk, everybody. If you have a birthday in the last or next 7 days, go Team December, babies. what makes me comfortable doing Pokemon versus other copyrighted material? I don't sell the Pokemon. And the Pokemon have their home over here on streaming. So it kind of turns them into a little bit of performance art. Whereas like doing anything else, in order to make it worth doing, I would have to do it on the main channel. And comes with it. It's about prioritizing how I spend my time. I love Pokemon. I want to spend hundreds and thousands of hours making them and doing them, and I can find ways to make videos about them that way. Whereas like something like, I don't know, we're talking about Labubus, something like Labubus, I don't have the love for them, so it's not worth doing just to do it. I would have to turn it into content, and turning it into content on the main channel comes with a lot of baggage about the release of the patterns that I don't like leaving people kind of cranky, and people get really cranky if I make things on the main channel and then don't have a way of giving them access to make it themselves. So it's like I can avoid that whole thing by just not making the thing I don't like to begin with. So yeah. Oh, thank you everybody for the birthday wishes. Happy birthday to you all. Well, to all of you if it's relevant. Like, classic example of what I'm talking about there is recently I did the Hollow Knight figures, and yeah, I reached out to Team Cherry to see how they felt about it, and they never got back to me, and so I'm standing by my whole, like, those patterns are not getting released ever. Out of respect to their merch statement, so. Okay, and then we'll go around again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's 19 around, that makes sense. I wasn't streaming during your birthday month? I've been streaming for over, what, I think I started, what, April last year? But okay. Oh, your birthday month might have been last month, because I did miss a lot of streams last month. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. So happy birthday to anybody from November as well. Yeah, no, that's alright. Random person, I always assume that questions are asked in good faith, and I always try and answer them in good faith. Confuses trolls. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. I'm sorry we didn't get to stream on your birthday. I had every intention of streaming through it, but yeah, the content kind of got on top of me. Honestly, it was October that got on top of me, and then I just could not claw my way out of it. But we made it, and I also managed to finish the fishy, which is swimming around in the background there. It wasn't so much that it wasn't the break, Beetle. I don't want to like pretend I took a lot of breaks, because that's not what happened. I needed to allocate the time to other tasks, because I bit off more than I could chew this year. And next year we are going to take slightly smaller mouthfuls. And I have a plan for that, but I don't have a proper formatted thought for telling y'all about the plan for that yet. So you're not going to find out about the plan for next year just yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I just intend to move some stuff around with my schedule and how often I post. That's all. We'll see if I can stick to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9. Bringing us to 17 gross. I'm living in the odd numbers right now. I don't like it. What clips do I use? It's a bobby pin. Just shoved a bobby pin up through his belly. Crochet's great for that, because they're made of so many stitches that you can just like slide a bobby pin on in. And honestly, my hair is kind of like a tangled bird's nest on the best of times. So it's got extra gripping power. You've signed up to an animation project and you're crocheting a bunch of dolls, but your hyperfixation has lasted. Awesome. Yeah, love it when a hyperfixation kicks in and then doesn't go away. Like me with crochet 5 years ago. We're all kind of lucky that hyperfixation hasn't gone away. But yeah, no, animation always takes way more time than you think it will. And I say that from a position of experience because I have a bachelor's in multimedia design where I focused on 2D animation. Like 7 lifetimes ago. Do you know the trick for bobby pins? It's the same as the trick for pinning pieces together so that they don't just pull apart. I'm not saying it will help because I know that fine hair is kind of a thing. I have fine strands, but it's fluffy, so at least it clings to things. But there is a trick for putting bobby pins into hair. I'm hoping I can do it on this ball of yarn. So you slide it in a little bit, and then you flip it up and back, and slide it back. That ain't going anywhere. You can do a similar thing with pins when pinning 2 pieces together. You slide it in a little bit parallel, and then with pins you like turn it perpendicular and stab it down on in. And hopefully if those are on camera, I was not paying enough attention. Use barrettes to hold a crochet spider? Yeah, oh yeah, like we used to call them butterfly clips. In ye old days, but like lots of those little tiny claw clips would totally work the same way. Sorry, I thought I'd talked about my originally useless but now I use it because I'm technically in the media or in using multimedia degree. Yeah, that was my first little bit. You just got to do the lip sync background and shading. It's frame by frame, 12 frames per second. Okay, so 12 frames per second isn't too bad. Like, don't get me wrong. 12 frames a second is still a lot. You kind of reach a point where you try and work out how to get a by with like 3 to 6 frames a second in certain bits. Anime has the right idea. You have a batch in animation as well. Awesome. You never used it. Started working for a company that made the software and have never had to open it. Oh no. Yeah, no, I got my degree. Then I realized I wasn't cut out for the hustle of finding creative jobs and got a job selling roofing and fencing materials. Then I was in a call center. Then I worked in real estate for 8 years and ended up in business intelligence. And I got my diploma in BA as well. And then I started Complicated Knots and now I'm here. So it's just like, that's when I say like 7 lifetimes ago, it feels like I've been many different people and now I am currently this. Who knows what I'll be next. Bunny Badger has gorgeous, super thick, long hair. Lovely. I'm so jealous. I wish my hair was thicker. I wouldn't be able to have it as long if it was thicker, but yeah. You made a hairpin thing, but apparently it's so heavy that only people with super thick hair can wear them. Yeah, that tracks. That said, my hair also does the thing where like I'll put 3 bobby pins in the morning and I'll know it's 3, but I'll pull out 4 in the evening and I won't know where the 4th one has come from. I've made a nose and I'm not sure if I like the nose. I think he might just be smaller than I was originally planning. We'll see. I think it's okay. I think it's fine. Yeah. Sorry. I am also low-key trying my best to work as well. Slight sidetrack to unearth skeleton along. That is very true. My lovely skeleton who was unearthed, what, like 8 or 9 years ago now? Something like that. In fact, life can pretty much be measured as before skeleton and after skeleton. Currently on the hands and knees striving for this degree. Honestly, I feel like my degree was a little bit of a cheat because it was all project based. Like I didn't have to sit in the exams or anything like that. So I don't think I got the real uni experience. And if anyone was to ask, I probably would say like there are better ways to get the same education that probably cost a little less. In my specific case, not all cases. You've just been assigned to make more hairpins. Oh yeah, no, if I didn't stop to unearth that skeleton, I've starved to death long before today. When you were a kid, not me or anyone in your family knew how to properly finish your hair. Ah. Yeah, no, neither. My poor mother grew up with pin straight hair. And I mean, y'all have seen me. I'm full sheep. It's from my dad's side. But they didn't know that because he wears his, like, cut real short. So that's fun. You're hoping to get a degree in vet tech soonish? See, that's a good degree. Not that I'm the one to judge. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm coming across as judgmental today, and that's not at all my intention. It's like, that's awesome. You're going to get to, like, do things. It's going to feel like you've made a difference, and that's just really good. Sorry, I've got an ice block. It's boiling hot over here at the moment. So I've got like this, it was a bottle of soft drink, and we froze it with ice on it, and I'm playing with it with my foot. If you can hear anything weird in the background, I'm rolling my foot back and forth on an ice block to try and stay cool in here. You had 5 sisters. I want Mr. Bones to learn how to braid. That'd be very helpful for me. I got a lot of hair, and it would be great if somebody else could just get in there and sort it out for me. Okay, there we go. I have to tilt the head down a little bit to make it work, but it's going to work. All right, so we're going to put the decreases at the back now. Just do a little decrease there. Vet tech has been goal for a while. Hopefully you can realize it soon. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I remember, like, you've obviously been part of this community for a really long time now. Well, relative to the age of the community itself. And, like, yeah, no, I think I remember you first starting? Or was it, maybe I just remember that, like, when I first found out about it, but just like you've been working really hard at it. It's really cool to just like lock eyes on a goal on the horizon and just keep marching towards it. You can get sidetracked with side quests, that's fine. But like the goal is still there, and you just keep walking towards it, and it's just like it's good. I relate to that feeling. I think that's just like one of the best feelings in life is having walked towards the horizon for so long and just realize you've arrived. Happy time zone yarn for days. Negative 18? It's not negative 18 here. It's about 33 outside, which is not that bad, but it's warmer than that inside, I reckon. And we've had a few hot days, and a bunch of the city caught on fire, and it's just been a whole thing. You were braiding rolled copper. How many stitches did I work? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Need a decrease. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 so far, which is those. Oh, I should have done 5 and then the decrease to keep that nice and even. Like that. I'm glad you're all enjoying your snow. Oh, enjoy your book, Rosafa. I fully understand that feeling. Haven't had it in a little while, but like, good book is worth it. I was here when you started your internship. That might be what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Temperature. It's a weird one. Mr. Bones and I both have a preference for like the cooler weather, but we're also here in Australia, so I guess some choices have been made somewhere along the line. We have an artificial limitation as to how many we can do today. It's basically, I can't sit down and do the last 50 for a number of reasons, but number one is that I am working with a little bit of limited stuffing. It should be more than enough to get... We're not doing 3 or 4 today, but I could do 3 or 4 today based on the stuffing. So we do have some limitation as to how big we can go, which is a good thing. Am I putting eyes directly into the face? I'm going to try. Oh, that's rough. Where do your eyes go? They're kind of pretty close to the end of your face. Honestly, I think these ones might just look wrong because of how much sclera is showing on the actual thing. I don't know if I can make giant bulbous eyes look correct, no matter what I do to them. Then what we would do hypothetically is strand of white and checking. Honestly, I think I'm almost better off just literally making half white, half green magic ring and then just sewing on a red pupil. Yeah, I'll just sew them on. I agree. Mr. Bones is agreeing. He's holding up a squirrel right now. My lizard is not feeling inclined to stay in place. I'm going to put just another bobby pin in there. Hi. What's that, love?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
If you want salad or chips or something, make grunty sounds.
Careful, he's panicking and he's trying to feed me. There we are. You were supposed to have a white Christmas there, but thanks to La Nina, we are getting a wet, rainy Christmas. Honestly, it rains on my birthday most years. Which is kind of one of those weird... I want to use the word anachronisms, but I don't know if it's correct. I don't know if I've even said it correctly. But it's like one of those weird, counterintuitive things about the seasons here. We hit summer and it kind of rains for a little bit. And then by January, February, we are sheltering in place while the heat burns through outside. Squirrel of agreement. Okay. Alright, we've got a squirrel of agreement thing happening. I will ditch the safety eyes and we will carry on. You wish we'd gotten a mini ferret. I didn't want to do too many dupes of what we'd done during the year. I thought the raccoon was already kind of a cop-out, and then I had to do the rat as well instead of the catfish. And, I don't know, doing a mini ferret as well just felt a little too... What's the word I'm looking for? Is it reductive? Derivative. And I mean, I can always just halve the size of the existing one. My plan for next year is that I'm going to go back through the 4 12 days of crochet we've already done and just find which ones were most popular and then release full-sized versions of them. And that's going to help a little bit with my planning. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll do 2 decreases under the schnoz. You're sad we didn't get a magpie? Oh, I'm sorry. We got a raven though, and it was everybody's not least favorite, but it was the one everyone found the hardest. I didn't want to do a crow. Sorry, I call them crows because that's what we call them here. I didn't want to do a raven and a magpie because they are same but different in terms of how I would stitch them personally. You want a mega ferret? I actually was holding the full-sized ferret yesterday because I had to weigh it for someone's whole thing. And it felt huge compared to the Mischief animals. And so, okay, maybe I didn't make him that big after all. You like the raven? It wasn't too... Oh, yeah, no. But it's specifically the picots for the neck ruff. I think, like, that was tricky. It wasn't, like, too hard of a challenge type of thing. It was more of a, yeah, I can see how that would have slowed a lot of people down and a lot of people agree. Would not be opposed to some mini crochet animals as a normal release? Yeah. That's also likely to happen as well. I haven't sat down and done my planning properly yet because I took yesterday off and that felt pretty good. But we've got a whole lot of planning coming up. Because like there's no more, well sorry, there's the day 13 wrap up video which is just like the survey results and whatever, and I'll film that tomorrow. But there's no like other like big creative video coming this year. We're done for the year now, so like we fall into like planning and admin mode, and I try and set myself up for success for the next year. Speaking of which, does anyone know what year it is next year? Because I try to start with like the Chinese zodiac animal, and I don't know who next year is. The octopus was trouble for you? Yeah, the 5s in 5s in 5s. I wondered how people would go with that. I kind of want to use it to make a chrysanthemum though, see if I can make plants that way. That feels like something I can torture myself with and stick it on a canvas, and you guys can make your own choices about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I kind of want to go in another round. Google says it's a fire horse. Okay, so it's a ponyta. Honestly, that Scarlet pattern I've tried multiple times this year to fix, like visit and fix. And I just can't make that one work. We do have the Pegasus already. I try not to, like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to make sure I do it differently. But, okay. Little horse. See what we can do there. I tend to not focus too much on whether it's like an earth, fire, wind, water, heart, go, planet type. I don't like which one it is. Mostly because I forgot about it for the first few years and I don't know how to come back from that. Who fired the horse? Start with a magic ring of haha, good luck. Yeah. Yeah, see, I loved the Raven too. He's one of my favourites from this year. The Goose. I think the Goose was a particularly standout pattern. I clearly adore my little chameleon friend. Which is funny because, like, I don't think it's hit the same way for other people, and it's just, like, always interesting to see what hits for people and what doesn't. But I love the chameleon, so there's a pretty good chance I'm going to double it in size at some point and possibly triple it in size at some point. You're just going to have to put up with giant lizards. Because that's how we do around here. Even if I have to, like, pretend one's a dragon, stick some wings on it and rebrand. Oh, that's almost definitely going to happen. Self-awareness. Do I want to go twos? Yeah, twos. Raven was trickiest for you, but not too hard? Yeah. I also just want to say that, like, in the survey I asked, oh, hey, how challenging did you find things? But I want you all to understand that I understand that challenging doesn't mean you hated it. Like, just because something was the most challenging doesn't mean that it was your least favorite. And I do understand that. You love making micro chameleon? Yeah. I did see a glow goat, Susan. Maybe it was yours. I saw one that glows in the dark. It would have been posted last night. I haven't looked this morning. Mr. Bones collects the images from the Discord for me, thankfully. Because otherwise I'd never get anything else done. But it's great fun. One of my favourite shows over the last 12 days has been watching Mr. Bones see the photos for the first time, because he just, like, he has all of the facial expressions and all of the reactions, and it's wonderful. Wait, are we getting a dragon raccoon? No. Not a raccoon. Chameleon. I was talking about a chameleon. Honestly, chances of us getting another raccoon anytime soon are probably pretty low, unless I do that thing that I was joking about, which is the post-party animals. Because, like, doing a little drunk raccoon would have been good for business over the last 12 days, but because of the whole, like, trending thing. But we've done so many raccoons this year. I didn't want to stop everything and release another raccoon. The Goose was your most challenging? You had to frog mine 3 times while getting him right. Something about the neck messed you up. I had to go ultra slow with no distractions to get him right. Okay, well, yeah, as long as, like, as long as it wasn't the stitches themselves that were the problem. Because, like, a lot of people had problem with the eyes on that, and I do regret during filming I abruptly changed my plan from sewing on eyes to safety eyes, and because of that I didn't have my normal, like, information dump for you guys as to where things go. I just sort of winged it, and I've clearly left out some key pieces of information because a lot of people had trouble with the eyes on the Goose. So yeah, I shouldn't change plans halfway through, but golly, he looks funny with these eyes like that. Fiber therapist, I've seen someone with the squirrel earrings. It might have been you, and if it was you, they look incredible. So, like, I'm very excited that you've used them as earrings. I've used the day 1 raccoons from my video last year. No, it was this year. I've set them aside. I'm gonna make earrings out of them, and so, like, they're cute. I'm trying to learn. It's the one thing that makes me want to learn how to micro crochet is seeing you guys make, like, different earrings and stuff out of things. Alright, what have you been doing, Hands? We've done an extra row. I'm hoping it was just single crochet. What makes octopus so hard was that you forgot to do the 3 increases in the row before the largest row. Oh! Oh yeah, Raven Wolf, that'd do it. But, like, not losing stitches during that octopus is honestly, everyone gets a merit badge if they manage to do it first time. Because, like, not even I managed to do it the first time. You should have seen my face as I was trying to work out, not during filming, but when I was testing it before filming, why there was only, like, 5 or 6 tentacles being formed. And then I was like, oh, and then I, like, read it, and I was like, oh, okay, no, the other tentacles are later. I was just like, what have I done? Because, see, one of the hazards of being me is that when I first wrote out the goose pattern, instead of writing out how I made the wing, I literally just wrote the word wing into the pattern. And so I thought I'd done the same thing with the octopus, where I just assumed that I would make the rest of the tentacles. You know, anyway, my note-taking can be a little hazardous sometimes. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3? Was I increasing or what? What's happening? The tension with all the decreases? The head was tilted like it was possessed in a horror film. Oh no! Is wing the new leg? Maybe. Night Breeze, thanks for hanging out. Hi. Just casually eating cheese in the corner. Did you see the fly? It has not bothered me since you were in here. It knows better. No, thank you, love. I'll stop and get a snack in a minute.
They're partially molten from my microwaved hands.
You cursed me. It's back. Y'all, if I suddenly freak out, it's just because there's a fly touching me. I'm not afraid of them. I just hate them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 single crochet goes there. Brings us up to 10. Yeah. My mini pigeon pattern from a while ago. I gave to test it with just the note leg. Yeah. Well, see, like, wing works fine for shorthand as long as I've actually written down what wing is somewhere, and in this particular instance, I hadn't. So I had to reconstruct the wing from. I mean, obviously, I have like a box with like 3 geese and 4 of this and 2 of the other thing. I have 6 foxes because of the color markings causing me pain. So I was able to like reconstruct what I did from that, and the fact that the raven's wing was heavily based on it, and I actually wrote the raven's wing down. So like it was all fine. Now we would like a collection of accessories. Need things like nut for squirrel. If you look at my squirrel pattern that I have on YouTube, not the little one, the full-size one from a few years back, he has an acorn, I think. Trash can or dumpster for the raccoon, a couch for the walrus. Yeah, Mr. Bones is really keen for me to make little outfits or like things like that for them. But like, I don't know, I'm waiting until I find the magic in that for me so that I can express it properly. Because like, if I'm more excited by the creature, I find it hard to get excited about a little jacket to put on the creature, but I love seeing the little jackets you guys put on creatures, so it's, I don't know, I kind of have to like find a way to like merge the two thoughts together.
You could make the clothing half Lego, half crochet hybrid. That way you're making like armor plates on him out of Lego, and then they become Lego compatible.
You've disembodied Goosehead from clicking in safety eyes in the wrong spot. One ended up on the bottom of the beak. Oof, yeah. I saw a comment from someone who ended up throwing away 4 sets of eyes or something, and I'm just like, yikes. Okay. Are you waiting for the fly? He only really shows up when you're here. I think he actually is chilling with you out there. Sorry to the couple of testers that texted you very confused. That'd do it. Okay, I think we're approaching the end of the body. It's looking a little bit more like a Snivy than a Sneasel. Maybe you can stitch the head down a little bit, more of a Mischief pose. She's just not a very chubby lady though, is the thing. Now did I just do 2 rounds of single crochet? Where's my last increase? There's one. Yeah, I did 2 rows. And we'll stuff. Do I put a weight in? I don't know. I don't know if we put a weight in. How are we doing for time? We're almost at the hour mark. You need a Mr. Bones' accessory corner? I agree. I agree. The whim has to hit him just right though as well. And I get that. My muse can be a little bit tricksy sometimes. Oh yeah, everybody don't forget to hydrate or dehydrate during these trying times. Alrighty. This year flew. This year absolutely rocketed past. I still remember streaming, I think it was in like June or July. Might have even been earlier than that. And accidentally talking about Christmas cookies or something, and someone was like, I don't want to hear about Christmas now, and left. And just went here. Mr. Bones did not make a knife for the goose. I saw plenty of knives on the Discord though. In fact, a lot of people armed a few of their creatures. You could write things on notes in the accessory corner. Have I seen what people do with a porch goose? Crochet desk goose. Something roughly 20 centimeters tall with all of the accessories of a spirit Halloween. Okay, so yeah, goose is one of my personal contenders for getting a full-sized, if not larger, release, but I'd also really like to do a goose hydra at some point. And I don't want, like, where 2025 was definitely the year of the raccoon, I'm not sure I want to commit to 2026 to being the year of the goose, particularly if I'm going to be putting out fewer videos. I don't know what ratio of them I can comfortably allocate to geese. So I might have to make some hard choices there along the way. But I'll see what we can do. I've seen beetle goose, who I believe is a porch goose. Yeah. Yes, the goose hydra. Exactly. The honkening. Your mama knew crochet cupcakes and donuts to give people good luck. That's so cute. I love that. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm not pulling faces at you. Excuse me. Yes, Magusa. I like Magusa too, except for the part where I'd have to make a human head. What am I doing? 4 is plenty. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Making a pointy little ear nub. A snake goosa? Snake with people hair? No! Okay. Little bigger. Doing 4 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and an increase. Rena, it's been a while since we've streamed, but welcome. Yeah, the goose untight. I think I've made that too pointy. I might have to go back and frog my hard-earned stitches there. It's a shame, because I did a row of 4. Oh, I heard the request for no tails next year. Y'all didn't like my tiny tubes. I'll see what I can do. What have you missed so far? We've just started making Sneasel. Theme for the day is Pokemon who look like they're up to mischief. Just to round out the month of mischief that December kind of turned into. I love Trubbish. I've always had such a soft spot for him. I'm getting the idea that apparently ZA spotlights him a little bit, and I love that for him. Because, like, at first glance you're like, a bag of trash, so original. But at the same time, I think if you look hard enough, we can all see ourselves in that little bag of hopeful trash. And there was something very endearing about the little guy. It's like in Pokemon Scarlet, I have to be really careful not to go to a certain place where the Mimikyu are, because I'm going to take them all home. All of them. And I feel like, I don't know if that's the happiest life for them, just living in the Pokebox, but I can't leave them behind. They run up to you with such hope. So I just have to avoid that whole section of the map. Stay away from the Mimikyu. A goose big enough to hold a tissue box in its mouth. It's a Gesundheit. See if I can draw a relatively okay goose. Question is he like a strangely threatening Gesundheit? Oh, you could make him a tissue box cover, and then like you could pull tissues out from his wings so that like they look like tissues, so that they look like wings. So the tissue box would go in here, and like pluck the wings, and it's a Gesundheit. Product development live on stream. Trubbish is your favourite underrated Pokemon. Poor homeless Pokemon trying to fit in by living in a trash bag, but Mimikyu gets all the hype. Yeah, I have a softer spot for Trubbish, but like I can't handle going near Mimikyu either. I'm too much of a soft touch. Schrodinger's Mimikyu, they're only in the box if you look, otherwise they're out playing. Right, I think that's sufficient ear for you. Yeah, tissues from his wings while he angrily holds additional tissues. Exactly. Okay, so that goes there-ish. I'm going to have to rotate it so it blends properly, but we can make that work. That doesn't sound like a Greek god story, honey. That sounds like a Pokédex entry. The goose whose wings are torn out every day, only to grow back instantly. Some say the discarded wings are used to wipe noses. I feel like there's something there about like the goose honking and the nose being a honker. I want credit for any puns that come out of that. Tissue box cover that looks like a castle? Those surely already exist. Anyway, I found over time that people have 2 of any of the 3 major paper products in their house, right? There's toilet paper, there's paper towel, and there's tissues, right? But you can't have all 3 in the house at the same time. That's too adult. You can have 2 of any of the 3. And most people go with like toilet paper and then either tissues or paper towel. We're a paper towel house. We don't really do tissues. That is my David Attenborough voice. Pokemon are an extended Greek pantheon? Ooh. What am I making next? We've got an ear, we have a head, and a very little body. Let's do some pawsies. Which we won't call that, because I feel like a juvenile when I call... No, we'll do legs. We'll do legs next. I like legs. You have all three? Oh, you're too much of an adult for me. Sorry. You have all three because your husband is a little neurotic about his facial tissues. As long as you have 2 out of the 3, I think you still get a passing grade. You do have all 3. Okay, everyone's just shaming me on the internet now. Hi! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we needed 6 there. What are you doing? What are you doing? 2 different types of paper towel. No, now you're showing off. Don't worry, you only ever have 1. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I am one of the allergy folk as well. It's not so bad here in the city. It gets real bad whenever I go outside the city. And actually, that's not even true anymore. I can keep mine relatively under control by, like, just keeping the inflammation in general low. But let's not go into that. I'm organised enough to not have no food in your cupboards, but you have 3 papers. Ooh. Thus, that works. I think that works. I think that it's fine that you only have 1 out of the 3. It seems like you have allocated other resources to make up for it. As long as all 3 jobs are getting done in some regard. Because, like, obviously bidets are a thing as well, which would free up your paper choices. Mr. Bones, I have absolutely no idea what that's in reference to, but I'm amused by it. Megan Doodlebug. Technically you have tissues, but they're travel ones that sit in the bottom of your bag forgotten. But that's the best place for tissues because, like, have you ever been on a bus or a plane or a train or just any kind of long distance travel and the need to blow your nose is not going away? It's the worst. It's the worst. Like, when you have nothing to combat and you have to do something about it, it's very rock and a hard place. So, like, travel tissues, it's like kind of one of the few times where I feel like tissues are a thing and should be a thing. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I have foot. Giant foot. He has big feet though, doesn't he? Not really. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm a little rusty. We're getting through it though. We are, sort of, ish. I'm telling you, little guy, you're only going to live so long as Mr. Bones doesn't find you. Alright, I'm going to stop and take a few notes here. Decorating a 6. And then I did 2, ink 3, and 3. And now in this next one, I'm going to build the claws. I thought you were going to swap me just then.
I mean, not with this.
Because I'm so fly.
Yeah, but not with this.
But no.
I am your friend.
He's bonding with the fly now.
have cheese.
He doesn't want cheese.
Who doesn't want cheese?
The fly. There we go. And we're just going to do a thing. Is it landing on you now? He's running around in circles. Sorry, guys.
It's very tasty.
Well, yeah. He's not here. Don't look at me like that.
I think I'm just hallucinating it, like when you think about bugs. Or when someone says nits.
No, there's definitely one here. Don't do that to the whole audience. Well, over here in Australia, cheese is wonderful, but what kind? Over here in Australia, we have something called Tasty, which I believe is a cheddar that's been aged a certain amount, but like, it's really good. It is an accurately named cheese. So yeah, we are referring to Tasty cheese. We buy it in block form, and Mr. Bones cubes it for us. Dude, if Mr. Bones hunts me down, I'll bribe him with a cool Scrim's Shanded tattoo to not curse me. Yeah, you've heard the fly by the mic. Thank you, Sith Assassin. We're not hallucinating it. It's a big one too. Like, it's like a big, you know how like some flies just give the impression of being mini bosses? That's what we're dealing with here. That was 2 single crochet, a white DTR, single crochet and a white DTR, and then 3 single crochet. Foot! So now we'll do 2 single crochet, 3 together, and 3, and we are on our way to a good little leg. Keep going with this one here for about half an hour more, and then we'll change it up and pick another one. Okay, I've ended up with an extra stitch, a bonus stitch. Not super thrilled about that. Don't know how, don't know where, don't know why. Do I care enough to go back and fix it? No, I'm just going to do a decrease at the back of the foot. It'll be fine. 3 drawers in your fridge filled with cheese? Yeah, Anxiety Bakes, who is probably not here right now, has a cheese drawer in their fridge as well. I don't know, we just sort of pick a cheese and go with it. I also have some shredded like melty mix, which is like mozzarella and parmesan and a little bit of cheddar. So that's tasty as well, but like, well, sorry, that's not tasty. That's the 3 cheeses I listed, but that's delicious as well. You have a butterfly net that has the sole purpose of being used to remove flying insects from the house. I used to have an electric tennis racket for for that goal. Yeah. But yeah, no, butterfly net seems like a nice little way to do it. If they're just little creatures living little lives, flies I make special allowances for, in that they live if they stay outside. And if they fly out when I open a window, okay, I'm not going to hunt them down. If they come in here and they start touching me, we've got a problem. How's everyone coming along with their crochet Christmas gifts? Yeah, that's an excellent question, because yeah, I don't do crochet gifts anymore. But that is largely because it makes it so stressful in the lead up, and like working on gifts Christmas Eve as your hands are hurting but you can't stop. It's like, oof. Night, Marvelous Moolicious. Thanks for hanging out. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I have 6 stitches in my round. Let's go 1, decrease, decrease, and 1. Oh, last time we spoke, when we were naming tiramisu, one of you told me that I needed to watch Delicious James. And I have now. I watched a whole bunch of it over the last month. They are very funny, and I like them a lot. I apparently just like really like that kind of content. So I've been watching a lot of that. I've been watching a lot of Called the Midwife, which I hadn't seen before, but I've seen a couple of seasons of it now. That ain't bad. It's a very different vibe, but it ain't bad. What else? What else have I been up to? Five, 6. I did watch The Pit. I enjoyed The Pit. 7. Very interesting storytelling mechanic, The Pit, because all 15 episodes take place over the same day. You started Dungeon Crawler Carl! Yay! Oh, I'm so excited for you. You're going to have the best time over Christmas reading that. And you're gonna laugh, and you're gonna cry, and you're gonna finally get all of our jokes, and I have to make Donut and Mongo. I have to. That has to be a thing that I do this year. By this year, I mean next year. I'm sorry, guys. You know how that you end up between Christmas and New Year's, you end up in like a weird no man's land when it's not this year anymore, but it's not next year either. It's kind of just whenever it is. I've fallen into that hole a little bit early this year. See, now I'm referring to it as this year again. But yeah. Whenever I talk about plans for this year, I am now referring to 2026. That's just how the ER is. Yeah, but like I really liked it. I find a lot of I don't like shows that get too bogged down in like the interpersonal drama, because I don't really care about interpersonal relationships when, if they're not adding anything to the narrative. And I think a lot of shows lean too heavily on that as a thing. So like this was just really cool because it gave you the information in a very limited way, but like it was good. It was interesting. I don't remember how many rows I've just done of 4 stitches, but I think it was 3. I think it was 3. The new DCC book is supposed to be June. Yeah, it is the first half of next year. Poor Mr. Dinnerman has been absolutely slammed off his feet between like conventions and all of the things, seriously, all of the things. He has so many things coming out now. It's cool. It's just really cool to see somebody who has clearly put so much time and effort into honing their craft over the years, just for something to hit the mainstream and just like take off for him. And even then, it didn't really take off until like book 4 or 5. And so like, this is a dude who put the hours in, and now he's getting rewarded for it. And that's just really wicked to see. But it means that his writing has slowed down a little bit, and that's annoying to me, because I'm very used to getting a new book every 6 months from him, and now it's been a year, and I'd like a word. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Leg. Might be a seated little guy. You're just gonna look like a little gremlin, aren't you? Did I do another row after writing that down? 2, 3. I did. Okay. Just a silly little string bean of a leg. Oh, I'm glad that you like the 12 days of crochet. That's awesome. I feel like I hit a lot of like really popular animals this year. But I'm always surprised with who's popular and who's not, because like often it turns out that my favorites are not other people's favorites. Like last year, the dung beetle I thought was supreme. And honestly, it's kind of a footnote in terms of popularity of some of the others. And this year, chameleon. Chameleon is like head and shoulders above the rest, but like goose is up there as well. And I think goose might hit hit okay, but Chameleon doesn't seem to just be inspiring the same feelings of love that I feel. And so, like, be prepared to see a lot of chameleons on the screen until you guys get it. I haven't checked out the Clackety. I'm sorry. I know you mentioned it to me. I recognize it on sight, but I haven't read anything in months at this point. The snail was your beloved? Yeah, the snail was everybody's beloved last year, which was surprising to me, but once I saw the snail through your eyes and all of the photos and stuff started coming out, I was like, I get it. I understand fully why the snail was everyone's favorite. George R.R. Martin is never finishing that series. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, we need to give up. You work in accounting? I live by the rolling year because I'm always not sure about what year it is, because calendar year and fiscal year and federal fiscal year are all now and not the same. Yeah, fiscal year and calendar year being different can throw things off quite a bit. Plus, our tax year is technically from July to July, but you have from October to October to lodge over here. And plus, there's the American tax year, which I think is like April. Life gets a little complicated and messy if I start trying to dive into dates too much. So the first raccoon, you made 2 in posh yarn, so a thin plush yarn, but still thicker than worst weight acrylic. 2 teens pooled their money together to get both raccoons. That's so cute. So there's 2 teens somewhere in the US with matching raccoons. I love that. Thank you for saying so. It was the goat and the fox for you this year. Awesome. I was really pleased that I found a way to get 4-legged creatures. Sorry, I've just stopped crocheting altogether, haven't I? I was really pleased this year that I was able to get quadrupeds all in the no-so. Because, like, I knew bipeds were possible. I know that raccoons kind of have little pawsies, but they don't really have, like, defined legs. And so, like, being able to get the quadrupeds working was pretty cool for me. I don't know if I agree with that, Voss. You get the feeling that George R.R. has finished the series but won't release the last book until after he passes, so he won't have to deal with the fan response. I think there is too much money to be made. Not that I know enough about him to know if that's his primary motivation, but I suspect that there is too much money to be made in releasing that book for him to want to do it that way. I think he would just, with that kind of money on the table, you drop it and then you disappear from view. You cancel, you remove your social media and like keep living. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I quite like the raven as well. The bird's got a good showing this year, I think. The bird's kind of got shortchanged a little bit in previous years. The fish got shortchanged this year, but that's because I deleted the catfish. We ain't talking about the catfish. Could not get that nasty little sucker to work. Kept refusing to show up. How am I doing these claws? He has quite substantial hand claws, but I am making him as just a little guy, so I should be able to just get away with it. Does he really need the money though? Yeah, I don't know. I also just think that if he currently has sufficient to be happy, and he is happy, then there's a pretty good chance that he won't care to finish it anyway. I don't know. Am I ever showing you the catfish? Yeah, I just don't have it in the room with me today. I'll make sure that it shows up at minimum in the day 13 video. Don't worry about that. Like, it's around. There's 2 attempts technically, and I even knew how I would fix it to like change it. I just decided I just didn't like it enough, and its inclusion in the Mischief gang at all was just purely because of catfishing being a thing. And in the end it still existed in spirit because it catfished me for 2 weeks as I thought it was a catfish, and it turns out it was a rat. You're really hoping for a pelican? Pelican is really high on my list of things that I want to make. So, like, there's a pretty good chance you'll see a pelican out of me in the next 12 months. You would have loved a salty? Oh, I can't consider salties mischievous though. They eat too many people every year. Not to say that bears don't, but like, I couldn't think of a cute story involving a salty. They're all kind of awful. Yeah, rat swapped in like really, like I designed the rat basically the day before I filmed I think it was day 8, 10, 11 and 12 in one hit. Because the day I went to film day like 6, 7, 8 and 9, I went to film the catfish and I just didn't like it. So I skipped it. I filmed ahead again a little bit and designed a rat that night. There are several pelican-y Pokemon. In fact, we've already made Pelipper, who is not immediately visible on my desk, but we have already made them. Yeah, no, pelicans have caught my interest, and that's usually a good sign that that one will get made. Okay, and then we'll change to green, and we'll work single and decrease. You love the rat so much? I love that too. Even as I was swapping it, I was communicating with the Discord. I was like, hey, I'm swapping one out, but don't worry, you'll like the swap. And it's like, I figured that the rat would be well received. People wouldn't mind too much. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like him. He's got his little feet. The original version of the rat actually had a full-on sploot. Like his little legs were like sticking out to the sides. But Mr. Bones talked me into fixing them up, so you can thank him if you're a fan of the current form of the rat. You have brown pelicans at the Texas coast. I've not heard of or seen brown pelicans. Just keeping half an eye on the time there. 1, 2. Well, I figured that catfish is kind of like a funny haha punchline, but not something someone would want to spend half an hour making and then have to have in their house. Whereas like a rat felt a little bit more like, yeah, a vibe. People would like it. Animals with weird adaptations could be a fun thing to explore this year. Problem with Pelican Mischief is it usually involves attempted murder. No, not even attempted murder. It's just like they work out if things can fit in their beaks, and if it fits, they eat them. You posted the rat in a Discord where the fans are called rats and they went feral. Your book club group had a fun time giving them all mob names. See, I love all of this. This is amazing. I get a little bit in my own bubble sometimes. This is why I like the streams, by the way. It keeps me in contact with, first of all, people, but second of all, you guys. And so, like, a lot of those designs were designed, filmed, edited, and released in pretty much a vacuum. And so, like, it's just really cool to hear, like, of some of the little stories that come out. You think seagulls are precious little jerks? Oh, yeah, for sure. Seagull was actually, okay. Like I said, I think the birds got a good showing this year between Goose and Raven, but Seagull was really high on my list. Seagull was actually higher than Pelican. Pelican was like lurking there, but I decided it was more of a full-size pattern thing. So Pelican got shunted off. But Seagull was, if I hadn't made a rat, I was going to try and make a seagull. Because like, I love it when they just like waltz into corner stores, just grab a pack of chips off the shelf and then just waltz out again. There's just something very endearing about that. Yeah. Arm. How many rows did I do? Would I please keep count? My goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not practicing safe stitching at the moment. I know you are, Beetle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sometimes my creative process is a little bit touchy. And it doesn't necessarily appreciate feedback either. So I say, oh, it's in a bit of a bubble, it's in a vacuum, la 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 la. It kind of has to be, in order to make it go. When Bunny Badger gets around to making the bear, we're going to stick him on your anvil and take pictures of him. Oh, I'd love to see that. You'd actually been looking for a good rat pattern for a little while, but just couldn't find one in the style. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I like my standing one, but he's bigger than a normal rat. And don't get me wrong, the mini is smaller than a normal rat, but I think mini is safer in that regard. Yeah, Sarah took a bunch of photos of their rat in the lab with them, their mini from this year. And if I'm remembering correctly, they also put a little, they actually made the full-size rat as well. Well, somebody did. I think it was the same Sarah. Put magnets in their hands and swaps, and then made a little, like, a bunch of little beakers and stuff, so their rat could be, like, helping with the science activity of the day. It's like, that makes me so happy. Parallel play, not cooperative, yeah. Okay. Progress. We're making it. I'm not going to do a second arm and a second leg. We could do one of the feathers. Let's do a butt feather. It's not very big, so the feathers can't be either. I haven't decided if it's a boy or girl. We won't know until we see the other ear. There we go. That's probably the biggest feather. They look to be about the same length as the leg, so that's even then probably too big. There we go. Let's make ourselves a little feather. Butt feather. You've had 4 ads in a half hour? That's way higher than it should be, but YouTube sometimes goes a bit rogue about that. It's set to medium, which should be 1 every 20 minutes. There, give or take, but they keep changing things behind the scenes, so I'm really sorry about that. The standing rat is the same size as the real rat. Awesome. Cool. Outage. Oh, we have thunder. Okay, sorry. I was just like, why is everyone talking about power outages all of a sudden? I hope there's no power outage, but if there is, we'll just call it for the day. I know we haven't been going for very long, but we have to be prepared for the fact that sometimes we're a little inconsistent and there are bushfires raging in a number of areas, which means our emergency service crews, who would normally be called straight out to fix power outages, are busy right now. But we should be okay. Let's not focus too much on that. Yeah, sorry. I know YouTube does turn up their ads this time of year. Okay, so that's the base of my feather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to chain 6. We're going to turn, see? And we're going to do 2 slip stitches because we want a nice pointy end to our feather. But no, we should be starting at the feather's base, not the feather's tip, because then our ends will be all hidden and tucked away if we do it right. Because this can just be worked over the top on as we work down. So we'll start with 2 single crochet. Yeah, see? No, we'll do 3 single crochet and 2 slip stitches, and I'm gonna stop being an idiot. Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very copyright. Oh, you like my chameleon? Sorry, my camera's a weird side for me.
It just started raining.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know, like, what?
The humidity makes more sense this morning.
Yeah.
Cool, we're in a heat wave and now it's raining, so you can imagine how much fun it is to be here right now. Love the rain though, do. And let's make a butt feather. Yes, we should name the pocket monster. We should. Mr. Bones, have you collected any names? Mr. Bones has apparently been on top of this the whole time, which I'm not surprised by, but I don't remember seeing any name suggestions. That's what's surprising. Claws, Shrimp, Gesundheit, and Chrysanth. Is that because I mentioned...
Emma.
Sorry? Emma?
Chris and Emma.
You know, I figured it was a reference to the flower. I was just... The Emma isn't there. Yeah. No, those are good names. I think Shrimp is fun. Shrimp is the colour I'm using right now. No, it's not warm here. It's hot here. But I hope you are staying safe in your snowstorm. I understand that snowstorms are probably a little bit more immediately dangerous than heat waves, though heat waves can be long-term dangerous too in their own way. Yes! Elegant butt feathers. Only the best. Oh, I got to not pinch quite that way. Yeah. There we go. One fancy buttock ornamentation. What do you reckon? You reckon that length would make it a boy or a girl? I reckon that's a boy. Okay, there you go. Honestly, it's a little fatter than I would want it to be. I think I just heard thunder. We should still probably be fine. But let's name him just in case. So I'm going to go with those options. We have the claw. We have shrimp. He's a radioactive shrimp from Walmart. And we had Gesundheit, which I will look up the spelling for. I'm winging it at the moment. And did I get it right? Goes und? No, I got the E and the U around the wrong way. And Gesundheit and Chrysanth. Alright, there you go. Name the little shrimp. Because, like, I'm just going to make multiples of the feathers, multiples of the arms and legs, and stitch on the eyes. So, like, that's it. That's him done. 1 hour and 38 minutes. Hearing about other parts of the world experiencing warm weather is crazy. You've just gotten an inch an hour for the past 24. Wow, snow. I agree with that. Angry Bear Ironworks. Cold every time. You can only take so much off, but you can always layer up and start a fire. Yeah. You reach a point where you like run out of layers to remove. And you just sort of find a piece of cement or tiled flooring and stay very still for a while. Mr. Bones and I adopt a method of affection that I think of as like lizard affection, where it's just like, don't touch me, but you like one hand. Just like, there we go. I love you. No hugs here. Thank you. To be fair, I prefer something in the middle range. I don't need it to be frozen cold, pipes bursting nonsense, and I also just would rather not be in a heat wave either. It's like somewhere in the middle is nice for me. I like it raining when I don't have to be somewhere looking presentable. Yeah, like if I'm just going to the grocery store, it can rain if it wants. That's cool. But there is something also really delightful about a blue sky, some puffy white clouds, 18 degrees Celsius, cool breeze blowing. Like that's kind of a delightful day. I started the poll. Can you ask the reason people suggested those names? Okay, well, I don't remember claw. I think it's just because they have lots of claws. Shrimp is because that's the color of the yarn we were using. This is shrimp. And it's just a little fella, so shrimp. Gesundheit is because I sneezed, I think. And chrysanth, I believe, is because I was talking about the octopus tentacles and trying to use that technique to make chrysanthemum petals or chrysanthemum flowers at one point. Don't know how that turned into a name, but you know, yeah, here we are. Happy time zone, Tanwin. Alrighty, I'm gonna close that poll. We officially have named our Sneasel Shrimp. It's shrimp. Oh, because it's a Sneasel. That's funny. I'm sorry, I misrepresented that name. That's very funny. Yeah, well. There's shrimp. I'm gonna pop him to one side into the bucket of things to be completed. And let's have a little look at this. So the theme today is Pokemon who are getting up to mischief. I'm going to start the next poll and then I'm going to go for a little bit of a break. So that'll be nice. And we have options 1, 2, 3, and 5 remaining. Hopefully we don't lose power, but we're just going to forge ahead as though we're not going to. So 1, 2, 3, and 5. Make your choices now and enjoy for the first time in a month your break music, which I know we all love. So I'll see you guys soon. we are back and front. We're both here. Anxiety bakes. I volunteer as tribute if you need anybody to help test any of that bacon. I'm just saying. Yeah. Let's turn off that little mini. We don't need that anymore. And yeah. Let's reveal who you have selected. Because I forgot who was behind the door. Alright, so you guys have voted for number 2 with 42% of the vote. Then there was a tie for number 3 and number 1 at 21% each. And number 5 came in at just 16%. So thank you to everyone who voted. Let's reveal who is behind the door number 2. It's Gligar. Hello, Gligar. Excuse me. The crab. The flying crab. The crab is our master. He decides who will go and who will stay. Alright, we're going to make Gligar. Gliscor's here for no reason. Oh, he is from very, very early on in our Pokemon journey. And I hope we can do a better job than this today. But that's the minimum standard we're aiming for here. Here you are, Gliggles. Okay. We're gonna be fine. This is gonna be fine. He's complicated, but I'm not. What can I say? Oh, bye, Beetles. Thanks for hanging out. Is his tongue normally stuck out? Oh, sorry. I just closed the reference image I did have open, and Ginge, I've seen like the 2 little animated ones of Gligar, and he's so cute. But it doesn't seem like he always has his tongue out. Anyway, okay, let's just move him out the way. Lounge. Alrighty. Yeah, let's draw the little fellow. I have to decide if we want his tongue in or out if it's not normally out. Of course, it's much easier if we have it in. But yeah, today's theme was Pokemon who look like they're up to mischief. Don't tell me this little guy doesn't look like he's up to something. Because he's so little. He's little and he's cute. He's got some little snippers. Oh, which I've done slightly too far away from his head there. Should be more like here. And down here. Golly, those feet are way more complicated than they should be. Probably going to simplify those in the stitching. Two large pointed teeth protrude from its upper jaw, and a pink tongue is often seen lolling from its mouth. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work out what to do about it. Are his wings anchored to his feet as well? I think they are.
No.
Depends on which photo you're looking at.
Looking at the 3D model?
Yeah. But in like a lot of stills, it does look that way.
Okay, so
because like in this spinning one, you can see that it's anchored.
Yeah, I was looking at the specifically on the 3D model, and for simplicity's sake, it's just a square for the wing, right?
Yeah.
but it looks like there's maybe like a stitch up to his claw and a stitch down to his ankle or his shoe.
Well, at least that's how they've modelled him there. I can see that, yeah.
And so, like, that makes sense.
Oh, hang on, we got some 3DS pictures. Nope, it is definitely anchored. Thank you, Loot.
I don't think it's anchored the whole way, though. I think it's just anchored at the tips.
Oh, yep, okay, the top-down view confirms what you're saying there. It's just like, yeah.
I'd say just make it square and then put like one stitch through his claw, one stitch through his
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe here. So from behind, we'll do him like this. And he'll have his little tail. Cheers. 3 little nubs and a big nub. And then he has just like big square. And yeah. Make that to a foot, and claw and claw. So there's some spacing, like thinking. What happened? You're staring at the ceiling, grinning like a fool.
I'm trying to look friendly so I could encourage the fly to leave with me. Sorry? What?
No, nothing. I looked over and you were just like...
Yes. To be fair, I always look like that. I'm a very friendly looking
You're a friendly looking fella. Yep, Gliscor has not been named yet. We've just gotten started. But I'm still inking. We haven't even picked yarn. My Gliscor is going to be terribly, terribly alert. That's because he's gotten away with some mischief, but his little guilty conscience is kicking in. So he's worried that someone's going to come get him. Yeah. So, okay, I think the biggest struggle here is going to be the fact that he has a lot of doubled points. So like claws, like nippers, you know, which are kind of a pain when it comes to crochet, because crochet likes to have one starting point and one finishing point. So when you have to have 2, you have to either split it or sew stuff on. And I'm undecided as yet as to how we're going to do it today. There's our little guy. Hello. Oh, and I will update our counter because this brings us up to 52% done. Perfect. Have we named Gliscor? That's a good question. He's not a pupil blinker. I'm very excited about that. Let me just see if Gliscor has a name, because I think he came up as the evolution challenge, which means that he probably doesn't. Because I think he was an early crisis, I believe. Which might mean that he got the name Crisis, but we'll find out together. There we go. Down we go. He's what, Gen 4 somewhere? Gen 4, yeah. Gliscor is officially not named, so you can also name the bat creature if you would like to. Yeah, so open to be named. Let's move those off to the side. And I have the purple that should be used for this. There's no real competition here. It has to be this. Though I suppose that is... He could also technically be pink. The pink I would use for it is that. And I do think that the purple is more correct. So I'm choosing the pink. Sorry, the purple. And those wings. I'm thinking... It's a little on the saturated side, but I think this is pretty good. Huh. The purple is showing up slightly more blue than it is on camera today. What are you anchor? What are you attached to? There we go. And there we go. Colours. In terms of piece breakdown, I think we're going to make his chubby little head and body all in one piece. Need to make sure that he's fat enough, because I think that's where a lot of his cuteness comes in. So that's from the front. I will flick back over to my reference images real quick to get a side view. Okay, yeah, so from the side it's pretty much the same as well. A nice bulbous head and then a little blob of a body. It's actually really important we just make him little and round. From there we will make 2 cones for ears. And I'll start chipping away at it a little bit. You can't possibly prefer the antique rose. That's not the right colour. It's just not. And it's the closest pink that I have. So no. No, I refuse. He's purple. Help me.
That one.
No. 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 It's gone away. Yeah, nah. I'm going with purple.
Oh, it's right there. It's right there.
Okay, Mr. Bones, it is weird part of the stream. Not pink, exactly, I agree. Yes, the purple is good, I agree. We're going with the purple, I'm sorry. You can make your own in pink. The pattern will be up on Patreon. Oh, rough. Well, night, Angry Bear Ironworks. I hope your eye feels better. Yeah, he will match Gliscor more. I agree. He does read as pink, but it's a very purpley pink. Or a very pink purple. And this is my pinkest purple. And my purpliest pink is that's both this colour. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good. And I don't want to mini him too much. We want him to be of a reasonable size. What colour did I make Ditto in? Was it this? Alright guys, I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to turn the break video on just so I can see Ditto's photo for a second, alright? In fact, I might be able to mute it. There we go. I think you should still be able to hear me. Where are you, Ditto? There he is. Yep, this is the same colour we used for Ditto. Night, Bunny Badger. I do my best with the colours, I promise. Megapod. If I had an appropriate pink, I would do it. You know I would. Because, like, that's too raw chicken. Like, I don't have an appropriate pink, so we're going for the next best thing. I'm fine with this. This is fine. One... Here. Oh. So I'm trying to grow out 2 distinct corners to either side of his head. Let's see how that goes. You're at the airport for an hour and a half early to pick up someone and I didn't bring any crafts? No! You'll have to let us keep you company. We'll do our best to be entertaining. The time will fly past. kind of like all of the planes. Oh, I should turn the page. I've still got shrimp. Alrighty, this is Gligar. And started with measuring 6, then we did 6 increases around, then we did get all that? I can math, why wouldn't I be able to? 12 plus 4, come on, that's just not that hard. 16. This should get us a lot of the way there. Yeah, he has proper little elf shoe feet, which is quite annoying, honestly. Because we're probably just gonna nub them. I think they're extremely elfy. Here we go. Wait, can I math at all here? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, I can't. Fixed it. Okay, so I think his head is going to be 16 around, and his body will be 14 around. It'll be about this big. His nippers. Okay, so I've accidentally totted him a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. So it's what, the 14th today, right? 14th. I should be tallying up the survey responses to the 12 days this evening. And I had a peek at them yesterday. I'm actually wondering how they are now. Because last I looked, we've received 3 times as many surveys this year as we received last year. We received 123 responses to it last year, but I understand that I apparently didn't let people know about the survey very well last year. Fair enough. But yeah, we received a lot of responses this year, so I'm very interested to see what they have to say, because there should be some interesting things there. One thing I have already noted, though, is one of the questions was, of all of the patterns, who would you want a full-size pattern for? And every single day has at least one person asking for them. And it's kind of like with Pokemon. There's like over 1,000 out there, but everybody, like every single Pokemon has somebody who loves them the best. That's kind of what you want when you put something, like, you want all of your children to be loved, you know? It's like, cool, one of these designs was the best for someone out there. And so that's how I'm measuring victory here for this year. And it's good. Every single one of the 12 days has somebody saying, hey, that's the one. If I could have one, it's that one. And that makes me feel good. I wonder if I can actually pull that open here without mucking up everything. Let's see. If I disappear suddenly, you all will know what's happened. Which one is it? Is that one? Yeah, it's that one. And yeah. We have 337 responses so far. And okay, so that's not quite 3 times 123. But still, it's like it's getting there. Yeah, it means that like all of them was for someone. So it means that every single one of them was important and mattered. go. Oh, I forgot to share my other little bit of news. We've been talking about gaming here a little bit over the last few streams. And one of the things that came up was me trying to work out if a Switch 2 was really going to be the thing. I ended up getting myself a Steam Deck when they went on sale as like an early birthday present to myself. And it's big. And I really like it so far. I'm so far only using it to play Stardew Valley. In fact, today's stream was just very nearly like I don't remember how to crochet, let's just play Stardew Valley instead. But I wouldn't do that to you guys without at least telling you first. So, yeah, I'm having a nice time with my birthday present. Yeah. It was hard for you to choose? That's also a sign that I kind of got the animals right this year. Because like every year, like we talked about, there's like one that kind of appears as a favourite or not. And it's always a little sad when one doesn't have anybody who loves it the best. But that didn't happen this year. Steam Deck is so Steam is how a lot of people play games on their PCs, and a Steam Deck is like a handheld version that allows you to access your same game library. It's like, if you know what a Switch is, a Switch 2, those sorts of things, it's a similar kind of like handheld type of thing. Yeah, no, it's great. It honestly has more RAM than the computer I use to edit my videos. It is a powerful little thing. Bigger than I thought, heavier than I thought, powerful. But I just didn't like having because if I went with the Switch, I would have had to buy extra copies of some of my games, and then my Steam achievements wouldn't have been like tracked properly. I'm just like, no. And so this just accesses the same stuff. And that's very cool. And Steam as a company is a cool company. So, non-sponsored, just like things. Do we start pulling your cheeks in now, buddy, or do we go around again? One more time, I think. Your eyes won't focus. Time for bed, BC Butterfly. Suddenly it becomes a working on crochet Stardew Valley animal pattern stream. I mean, maybe. There's definitely there's plenty of things I wouldn't mind turning into some sort of video from Stardew Valley. I got bigger plans next year, which means fewer videos, but I think it'll be a good trade-off. They are not the same questions? Oh, who do you want a larger version of and who's your favourite are not the same question, but maybe... No, they're not the same question. They're not. But in the interest of keeping the survey small, because I didn't want to like waste anybody's time with anything, I tried to stick with questions that were most useful to me, because it's way more useful for me to know who you want a larger version of than it is to know who you loved the best. Amy Liz, you came, you saw, you chaosed. You can go to bed now. Last year's survey did ask which was the favourite. Yeah. I changed the question. You are correct. Because otherwise, if I know which one was the favourite, that one there might be the one that gets a bigger pattern. And that doesn't help you if it's not the one you would have preferred as a bigger pattern. So I decided to stick with the more pertinent question. Okay, cheek time. 1, 2, 3. And 2 decreases. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's 4 in the middle. Perfect. You're torn so much between the goat and the walrus? And the elephant? That's good. The gavel goat is up again this year, by the way. It's been up for a couple of weeks. I haven't checked in on it recently, but I'm assuming it's still there. Hopefully they find a way to protect it from the various birds and whatnot. Right, like you might have loved the mini squirrel but want a full-sized goat. Exactly, yeah. There we go, scrolling across.
I just checked live. Gavel Goat is still in one piece.
There you go, Gavel Goat is still present in there. Sorry, I'm just trying to do a quick little chart. I shouldn't be, but I'm now very curious. So let's just let ourselves get a little bit distracted, shall we? No one. Okay, that's fine. Go away. Here we go. So... can I collapse it? Do I have to scroll? Alright, so far we have 8 for squirrel, 34 for goat, 42 for bear, 20 for elephant, 35 for raven, 14 for walrus, 58 for fox. This is my first time seeing this too. 12 for octopus, 44 for goose. 8 for rat. That's fine. I feel like we've already kind of got a rat. 62 for chameleon. My goodness. Yeah. There we go. That's at least what those groupings say. I don't know how correct that is because that was just me fiddling with the thing. The survey is linked on the Discord. It's linked in the description of day 12, the day 12 video, and it's also on Patreon. And I will be closing that survey off. Possibly this evening, possibly tomorrow. Basically, the links will just vanish from everywhere and you'll know that it's gone. Yeah, that's the plan. You wore mini squirrel earrings to work all week? I love that. Oh no, your neighbour was locked outside and you almost missed his knock. It does have a live stream monitoring it. Yeah, the Gavel Goat. Mr. Burns checked that for us. Okay, I don't think I've quite gotten his pointy cheekedness. But I think we're still going to be okay. I think it's going to be fine. Let's see, I'll slap another decrease in. We'll do decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single. Huh. It's fun how that works. That's basically just 4 repeats. Here's a square. Yeah, did people comment on the squirrel earrings? Oh, if you have like multiple piercings, you could get like a little acorn to wear with them. That'd be cute. I gotta learn how to micro crochet this year. It's gotta happen because I get so jealous of the tiny little guys. And I love the look of really dense stitches, which is part of why I double crochet patterns the way that I do, because like, yeah, you can make them with bigger yarn, but then you don't get that same like stitch density. And I feel like micro crochet is the answer to that a little bit. Like it gives you that good stitch density. Yeah, give them good stitch density, but like small. You accidentally understuffed your squirrel a bit, but really emphasized the nice shaping on his body. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, I'll admit that, like, the stuffing is a little bit odd with some of them. Because, like, I ended up understuffing my elephant out of fear, the one that I made on camera, because, like, I could have stuffed it more. But I didn't want to overstuff it and wreck the shaping. It was just, like, a whole thing. Think of the earrings you can make. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. That's the plan. But like, I already have like big clumsy fingers, so I honestly don't know if I can make things smaller than I do. And like, I should also just possibly stay in my lane. And my lane is like, I can make shapes. I'm pretty good at working out shapes. And other people have the skills to make them look really polished and nice and pretty, and other people have the skill set to take really nice photos. Neither of those is really my lane. we're all making it work. We're getting it done. Okay, and a little buddy. Yeah, I saw a few people make tree trunks. I'm pleased by this. I'm very happy to provide a suitable tree trunks pattern. Scrounges and yarn stash for micro crochetable yarn to make super tiny squirrel earrings. I even have a bag of ear hooks around for just in case. Because like I mentioned before, I have my day one raccoons. That, honestly, they're just a little big. It's almost like micro crochet could solve that problem. There we go. So that's not what I did at all. I did something else entirely. There we go. Nugget body to go with the nugget brain. When you first start with thread, you recommend Gutterman hand quilting thread. It has a wax coating which makes it easy to work with. Yeah, that reminds me of like the mercerized cotton I talk about sometimes. It also has some sort of like coating on it. Whereas like embroidery thread is very tangly. CK, once you do your patterns as earrings, you can't go back. It's very addictive. You've all been warned. It also just kind of solves some of the space issues I have. We're filling up on stuff over here. And, yeah. Micro crochet seems like a really convenient solution to that problem. And part of me likes the idea of having, you know how I have my yarn on the shelf? Well, you can't really see it here, but like in the background, you can see that I've got like 4 shelves with the yarn on them. Part of me feels filled with fiendish glee at the idea of having one cube that's got like the same number of colors, but like it's the minis and they all fit on the one shelf, and so I have like my mini yarn display one level down. It's like that entertains me. That was one around. How around do you get, friend? I'm worried that I've already kind of mucked up your proportions a little bit. We'll go around again. 6. So you're 12 around at the moment. Okay. Probably don't need 5, but we've just signed up for 5. We've prescribed 5 rows. People should stop giving me crochet ideas. I already have 4 projects on the go that you want to get finished before Christmas. Write down the ideas that you're enthusiastic about, and then when you run out of Christmas stuff to do, or you finish off your Christmas stuff, I should say, if you're looking for a next project, you can read the list and you'll be able to see immediately if you're actually excited about the idea or if you were just excited about the procrastinating of your projects that you're supposed to be working on. Because like, sometimes if I have something to do, like produce 12 videos in 12 days, I find myself really interested in playing certain video games or doing other activities. And then it turns out afterwards that I wasn't necessarily keen on those activities. I just wanted to do something else. And that's good to know. It's very good to know. If you're still keen on the idea, perfect. If you're not, well then nothing lost. Also, sometimes I find with like twitchy ferret brain, it can just be so like you can kind of get locked on the idea of like, oh, I should check this thing, or I should do this thing. If you write a little list, also if I write a little list, sometimes just by putting it on a list, it takes it out of my brain, and assuming it's not something like turn the stove off, and puts it on a piece of paper, and then I stop obsessing over the idea, and then when I take a break or I have some time, I can be like, oh, hey, yeah, I need to check on that thing. Let's go do it. And instead of getting distracted every 5 minutes, I have a list. Used to have to do that in the office a lot. Very distracting place. The office. I don't know how people hold the tiny microchet pieces to be able to work on it. Neither! Honestly, not sure even how I would film something like that. But I suppose they're not as tiny, invisible. Like, I'm not trying to fit them through the eye of a needle or something. But then content is found in the extreme, so maybe I should be trying to fit it through the eye of a needle. Dropped pics of the squirrel and snail earrings into the live stream. Oh, I want to see. I want to see that. Let me have a look. Yep, I saw the squirrel earrings for sure. Oh, the snail earrings are wicked. Those are awesome. Okay, that's convincing me. Really muchly, yes. Because I have my big gold beetles as my Christmas earrings this year. Which, if we stream next week, I'm not sure if we're streaming next week. I'm going to try, but it's going to depend on how ready I am to go away for Christmas. Yeah, I'll wear them on stream next week. Small hands? Yeah, can't do that. Sausage fingers. That was not 5 rows. That was, in fact, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll close this off with a little decreasing. Lock the stove, yeah. Yeah, microscopic crochet. I'll go down to the local hospital and see if they've got any of those fancy surgery machines that can do like the really tiny stuff and just... Hi, Mark! Where do I fit a second flap on the elephant's ear to make it one colour inside and one colour outside? I would work the first row as written as your inside colour, and then I would line up a second ear on the outside. Yeah, and then in the next row around, when you work into that back loop, put the second ear there. But just be prepared for it to be kind of... You're going to have to finagle something to make the row after that work properly. Or, just make the inside ears a separate piece and sew it on. Because, like, just use the same stitches, but just put it into a chain instead, and then you have it as a separate piece. You can sew it on, and you won't have to fuss about with moving stitches in the actual pattern. Those are my 2 thoughts. Four cats who've turned on your gas stove during the night before? Yikes. Years ago now, a long time ago, and like, plot twist, I survived the experience. I had a gas oven, and I preheated it to cook some dinner, and then I got tired and I went to bed instead. And I left the gas oven on fire, lit, so not filling the house with gas or anything, but I left it on until I woke up for work the next morning. And the sheer force of the anxiety of waking up to that. I swear it took like 5 years off me. Okay. Nugget boy. Just the tiniest baby nugget. We can't call him Nugget. Someone else already is called Nugget. Maybe he can be Nougat. Awesome. Cool. Glad I could help Andy. What am I making? I've already started with the magic ring, so I must be making something. I think I'm doing ears. It doesn't happen to me anymore. First of all, because our oven is now electric, so I'm no longer worried about it. But second of all, I have one of those smartwatchy thingies, and like, if the oven or stove is on, I have a timer on my watch to remind me. So, we have modern solutions for ancient stresses. Oh, Pidgey Tot earrings. That sounds really cute. Pidgey is such an underrated little birdie mon. 2. Come on. 3. 4. Alright, again. It's a lot of colour changes. I don't know how easy those are in micro crochet. You've left your electric stove on for hours before now there's a post-it in your line of sight saying check if stove is off. Yeah, we leave the light above our stove on if the stove on top is on. Whereas like the oven, I just make it a point to use the timer feature on it as well. Like when the timer runs out, it dings and the oven turns itself off. So yeah, multiple reminders for 2 people who can be a little distracted. Okay, there we go. Surely that's enough ear. You're only a little guy. How much do you really need to be listening to? Oh, nope, still more. And they need to be wider as well. Ravenwolf, I hate to tell you this, but I think your cats might be trying to kill you. I think your cat's lit one burner and turned another one on to release gas. It's just like, that's basically premeditation right there. Everything? He should be listening to everything? Okay. Working in the round is worse than colour changes in micro crochet. Okay. Get yourselves a thimble. Tiny hooks have a taste for blood. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's not something I would have thought of. I should tell you though, every time you guys warn me about something, all you're doing is taking away the potential hilarity of me discovering it in real time. We already have a Goyle. Our Aerodactyl we named Ace Goyle. So probably not the name for this one. Sorry, I'm dissatisfied with my ears performance and we're frogging it. But I know what I'm going to do differently. So that was my last increase. We adopted kittens and named them Sauron and Vader. We knew what the cat killer agenda is. Fair enough. 4. And we'll go wider again. They just weren't getting wide enough, and so I had to frog it back to remove a row so I could have more room for expansion. There we are. All the way up to 7. His lack of cheeks bothers me, but I think those are better ears. I might end up putting like some stitches in just to hold his head down into more of a wah position. But I can make this shape work. What is the name list actually, honey? If you happen to have one handy. Because I saw some name suggestions right off the bat. Can't remember what they were. It's something to do with Gargoyles? Is that a TV show? Cartoon? Something like that? You feel compelled to come out of lurk mode and say that electric ovens are just as terrifying. Mine malfunctioned during a self-clean cycle once. It continued getting hotter until it was disconnected. Oh my goodness. It was determined to burn a hole through the Earth's crust from the sounds of things. That is scary. I don't know if mine has a self-clean function. I tend to just manually clean it. Current Gligar name list is Lexington, and current Gliscor name list is The Bat Creature, Wah! Goliath, and Hudson. Okay, so we have plenty of name suggestions for the big fella. Let's start the we'll start the poll for the big fella now. So, the name is Batty. The Bat Creature. TBC, for short. Wow. Threw in a couple of extra H's for free for that one. Goliath. Is that so that the little one can be Davy? Like David and Goliath? And Hudson, I don't understand, but I don't have to. Hudson. There we go. So you're naming Gliscor right now. That's the big one. Poor Lefty is doing his best. I'm not left-handed. I'm doing all my typing with my left hand. It's trying its best. There we go. I don't understand the Lexington thing, but I understand that it's something that you guys are a fan of, and that's fine. It's just not an IP I'm familiar with. Just to show him on screen again, this is who we're currently naming. Wah! Hudson is another character from Gargoyles. Ah, I understand. So you're going for a pairing there with Lexington and Hudson. Okay. Alrighty. What next? Oh, your wings are going to have to be so teeny tiny, buddy. So teeny tiny. Stitching on the teeth, the eyes might end up just being sewn on as well. Maybe some little half magic rings. Some little semicircles. You're like, wah! Could work for the baby too. Maybe. We'll see. It looks like folks are leaning towards Goliath at the moment. So I don't know if that changes your feelings about naming the little one. Hudson is kind of funny. It's just a randomly sophisticated name. Yeah. It's like, where did that come from? Goliath is another Gargoyle Show character. Oh, okay. Like, I'm just out of the loop here. Okay, here's the thing. I have a mental reference for, I believe it's like a cartoon Gargoyle Show you're talking about. But it's not one that I ever got to watch. Because I grew up in a kind of a weird house when it came to television. But I believe I know the reference. I just don't know I know the show. I just don't watch it or whatever. Nope, I was wrong. What is the Gargoyle cartoon I'm remembering? I see what's being done there though. Like, those names do match up. It's just like, this is why we leave the naming to you guys. You guys are the experts. Eyeball. There's a lot more Gargoyle shows than I thought there were. I'm feeling old. That's not the reason you voted for Goliath. You've never heard of Gargoyles. Well, that just means it's a good name separate from it. Hey, yeah, okay, Goliath then. The purple gargoyle. That's the reference that I had in my head. Yeah, the 1990s cartoon on Disney. That's the one. They used to play it on, like, Saturday Disney. Again, Never watched it, but at least knew of that one there. He's very excited to be here. Okay, what next? I've made him a little bit skinny. What's next? Some toes and feet and knees. Stop that. Okay, we've stopped it. Alright, feet. More purple. I think for the feet, I'm going to cheat. Surprise. Shocking, I know. We'll do like a magic and a 6. We'll do a treble crochet out one side, because that's how I did these ones as well. I made like some little like flappy bits sticking out. Which gets us to like there. And then we'll like close in aggressively on this side. And I don't really know how we're going to sort this bit out, because this will still be 6 around, and then I could try and do front post to give some definition, but I don't think it's going to read properly, so he might lose this final blob before we head off into the ankle. We'll see how we go. Magic. Ow, whoa. Holding the pen is kind of painful. I'll just adjust my grip and we'll carry on. It was back when Disney was its more dark era and had some really cool content. Yeah. Plot twist. The Bat Creature and Wah are also other Gargoyle show characters. Oh, I'd believe it at this point. Yeah, Saturday Disney, because I think I had netball around the time that might have been on. And there was no time for, like, cartoons in the mornings, because we caught the bus at 7 AM. Did we reach the weird part of the stream? Is that where we are? I'm gonna hydrate a little more. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm hoping this just creates a good little foot. Oh, I'll close off this poll as well. I think we have our answer. Oh, no, wait, it's really close. Anyone who hasn't voted, you should be aware that there is 1% in it between option 1 and 2. It's real close. So I'll leave it open a little bit longer. I don't know how many people are actually watching. Maybe we've gotten everybody already. Okay, no, we haven't got everybody already. If you haven't voted, you could actually make a pretty big difference. For the record, if we name the big one, wah, we should name the little one, like flibbidibdibdibdibdib. Just because it would amuse me to have to say that during the Pokédex readout of the next video. No, it's flibbidibdibdib. Hang on, I'll type it in chat. Flibbidibdib. So, CK, what do you do for work? Oh, I sit in front of the camera and go flibbidibdibdibdib. I'm open to negotiate the number of bidibidibs. I have not written down this foot at all. Crochet. Treble. 3 single crochet. Oh no, I did. I wrote it down up there. Go team! And 2 single crochet. Oh yes, the common dictionary word. Exactly. Tiny feet require tiny stitches. And itty bitty tiny pains in the butt. That's the dream job. The name vote is very close. Like I said, it's 36% Goliath, 35% wah, and flubba is only a choice if you actually hit wah. I could do that, Jackie, but like, I also don't want to like votes count. You know, we don't just erase votes, and that would feel a lot like trying to manipulate the circumstances. I do like the bat creature, I do. But the bat creature does work for a series, like a number of other Pokemon as well. Four. 5. Alright, we've seen a surge for Goliath. I'll close it off. We have our answer. 6. 7. That's what we vote for. The length of the flip. 8. No, we don't need to go around again. He looks like he's up on his tippy toes, but he's not. Alright, we have named him Goliath. Gliscor, that is. Which is a very good name. It is, even if you don't know the reference. So thank you to everyone who voted. Your votes count, and we're not going to erase them. But we might take wah and the bat creature, and they can be also suggestions for the little guy if you guys like, because we only had Lexington in that list. Lexington, and we'll add wah, and we'll add the bat creature, and we'll also have sorry, it's a really fun thing to say. I might have a new vocal stim. Alright, and now you're naming Gligar. There you go. You voted Hudson just because you giggled at the serious name. EPs by day, heckin' Mischief by night. Yeah. You want to vote for all of them? Well, I'm sorry, you have to pick. For this one here, there'll potentially be, if there's two really close options, I'll potentially do another poll to like pick between the really close ones. But I don't know if it's going to be close. I'm pretty sure that we have a crew of folk who are quite keen on their name, and that's good. Champion your names, people. Foot. Tiny, lumpy foot. Reminds me a little bit of Icus. Anybody watch Real Monsters? Ah, Icus. It's my Oblina. Has you cackling alone in the dark. You're not alone in the dark, we're here too. Oh, I'm getting a cramp in an uncomfortable place. Yeah, okay. So we've got our feet. His little hands have nippers, which is not great, but I can't really do the other body parts until we kind of know what those arms look like. So I guess we're going to tackle the arms next. See, it has to be so small. Maybe I can get away with just doing a picot for a thumb. And then it's like this, and then it's like... I've been doing 4 stitches around for the arm, so this is 4. This is then 6. And honestly, I could probably start at the shoulder, though it's easier to join an open end to a closed surface. You loved Crumb? I didn't know that Real Monsters had a video game. Ah, yes. The name vote is not close at all. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer because we've had low voter turnout. Get to the polls, people. But yeah, I think that by including wah in the poll as well, we've split the flip-a-bit vote. If I do a Pico, can you get real close up to the camera? You're so bad at them. Yeah, okay. We'll see. This camera isn't great at focusing really close up. It can kind of focus from far away because I've got the focus set, because otherwise it spends the whole stream adjusting its own focus. So we'll see what we can do. You just Google Crumb. That is an iconic character from a 90s TV show that was, I think, an ingrained joke for the parents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we'll start with 4. Why is he holding his eyeballs? Because then he can roll his eyeballs into places. And also, because his father held his eyeballs and his great-grandfather held his eyeballs, it was a whole thing. It's not convenient. It's an aesthetic. 2, 3. And a little increase. So many tiny bits today. Tiny bits! I think I've been working on minis too long. I need to get back to full-size patterns so that I can just adjust my sizes a little better. Arms. Magic ring 4. And then we did 3 and an increase like that. And now we're going to go 4 and an increase like that. And then we'll be thinking about a bottom claw. Back when all cartoons were kind of gross, yeah, basically. And they had their moments. It's like, I was never one for the really gross ones. But I had a soft spot for our real monsters. Like their teacher, who I can't remember the name of, and his fabulous shoes. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy wasn't for me. Okay. Okay, I think I've got the start of the claw there, so we'd really be wanting to do the Pico right now. So it's not in focus, but it's close enough. Pico's 3 chains and then a slip stitch into the first chain. So I do 1 normal chain, and then I tend to pull my second 2 real tight. Then it's just a matter of into the first chain that we worked and slip stitch. And there's my little Pico. So I know that wasn't in super focus, but hopefully that helps a little bit. Hey, that's cute little pixel art of the Real Monsters. I've still got the Discord open in front of me. Pico and then 6. Never watched Courage the Cowardly Dog, but I've heard some pretty dark interpretations about what it was about. As an adult, I found and watched Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Delightful show. I've always had a soft spot for animation for various reasons. Okay, now I skip the Pico in the following round. Right, well, that sucks. There it is. Ooh, your wife and you are 3 chapters into Dungeon Crawler Carl Annika's cookbook. Been really enjoying the story thus far. Yay! I am going to spread this story as far as I can. And like, I know that it's like been picked up by the mainstream and hurled into relevancy now, but I want credit for talking about this. I've been talking about this dang book for years. So it's like, yes, everybody should read it. It should be in your library by this point. It's so good. And even if you don't like Audible books, I'm sorry, the audiobook narrated specifically by Jeff Hayes, okay? Don't fall for any of the AI nonsense rubbish out there. The Jeff Hayes audiobook will change your opinion on audiobooks. It's honestly, I'm kind of anti-audiobook. I don't really like them. I actually think the audiobook version is better than the written book. Just the way it's presented. And I feel blasphemous for even suggesting such a thing, but nevertheless, here we are! Rocko's Modern Life. I've watched a whole bunch of that. Okay. We got his little oven mitties. They're so little. They're so cute. I need to decrease a whole bunch. I think I might change that from 6 down to 4 and a decrease. And then we'll start the next row with a decrease too. Oh, no, wait. That was 6. And then this one here will be 4 and a decrease, and then this will be a decrease. Your husband and you do Saturday date nights with me. Oh, and we just started book 3 of DCC because we reckon, yay, good, excellent. Like, you'll know pretty quickly if it's your kind of thing, if that makes sense. Because, like, yeah, not all genres are for everybody, but this one here is it has hidden depths, and while you're finding those hidden depths, it will make you laugh. Codename Kids Next Door? Don't know that one. Ed, Ed, and Eddie I've at least heard of. Rock goes modern life. You know that theme song was done by the same people who did the Rock Lobster song? The Blue 62s? I think? I don't know. Maybe I'm just making stuff up again. I'm pretty sure that's true though. The math adds up, but also not quite. Oh, no, that's what's wrong. Yeah, the shows of our childhoods. Backyardigans? Odd Squad, Wonder Pets, and Octonauts. Okay, Octonauts I recognise. One of my nibblings likes Octonauts. So does their mother. Loot, if that really is about what I said about the Rock Lobster song, I mean, independently verify what I've said before repeating it, but I think so, yeah. Okay, his armies are ready. He's got cute little claws too. I'm actually quite pleased with how that's turned out. So, arm accomplished. Oh, I could probably close the name poll off. Oh, no, wait, it got really close. Oh my goodness, there's 3 options that are really close. Well, I did say that I, would relaunch the poll if we had them be close, and there's 1% between options 1 and 2, and then option number 3 is very close again. Because we're 33% Lexington, 29% wah, 32% flibba, and only 6% bat creature, but that 6% is making a big difference to the answers. So we will be relaunching the poll with, I don't know if we do top 3 and just get rid of the bat creature and just work our way up to our favourite. Maybe that's what we do. Alright, here we go. I'm going to end that one because it just got too close. B52s, there we go. I knew it was something like that. Lexington, which was originally at, I will store this. Oh, I'm not typing anywhere. Fantastic. Lexington, which was 33%. Then we had, I'm trying to spell it the same way. I think I added an extra which was at 32%. Then we have at 29%. So I'm only getting rid of the bat creature because anyone who voted for bat creature, please allocate your votes. Oh, that's interesting. You're a local bookstore. You got an advanced copy of Matt Dinnerman's new book coming out for $1. Oh, yes, that Operation Bounce House. I got a little preview of that. I haven't read it yet, but I got sent a little preview of that because I'm like linked in with his social media at this point. I'm ingrained. I've backed all the Kickstarters, which is very unusual behavior for me. So yeah, I haven't read that yet because I don't want to read it and, okay, look, it's a lose-lose situation for me to read it now, because either I'll read it and I'll hate it and I won't have gained anything and I won't have anything to look forward to, or I'll read it and I'll love it and I'll still have to wait like everybody else for the book to come out. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to not read it yet. Because then, like, the worst case scenario is I read it and I love it. And I have to start loving it a few months afterwards. A few months after I would have otherwise. Also, while I love the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, he has other books, and the other one of his I've read, Kaiju Battlefield Surgeon, I didn't finish. I couldn't get through it. Not because it's boring, but because it's kind of gruesome. And it all just got a little bit intense for me, which is weird. It's the first time I've had that experience with a book. So, same author, different flavor. And so I don't know where Operation Bounce House falls on the spectrum of my favorite book I've ever read and the only book I've never finished. It's a heck of a spectrum to live on. Literally on the edge of your seat watching the polls rooting for Lexington. Oh, good. We should have a more decisive winner this time here. Because I don't like to, like, nullify people's votes or anything. So I don't like to do, like, iterations. But that one there was really close. So I just wanted to give it a chance to live. Okay. Well, we've got his ears, we have his feet, we have his hands. What we need now is his wee little wings. See if they anchor there, and then they have to anchor down here, and then they have to anchor there as well. So his wings are a little bit more square when he's like standing normally, so maybe I have to adjust his arm and leg position. But I might have to make mine a little bit more diamond. They're going to have to be double layered because they have blue on one side and purple on the other, and they have a little claw detail as well. So we'll make one like this and one like this. Now the question is, which way do we want our stitch directions to go? Because we could easily like produce this like this, which might look quite nice, or we could go sideways. Night Ravenwolf, thanks for hanging out. Is really fun for you. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, there's other Pokemon with their tongues out. I will insist on, like, it can come up again as an option, but I will insist on it being an appropriate option. Like, we can't just, like, turn around and name whatever we make next for You spent tons of hours with the book series and really good narrator, so you were scared your standards were too high for DCC, but you love it. Yes! Good! I'm so far out on this limb now because I don't know how the series ends, and it could go terribly from here on out. But honestly, we have 7 really iconic books here. Tie it, make her name him Lexington no. There will be no... Oh my goodness, we might be heading towards a tie. Guys, it's very close again. We're not having another vote though, so if Lexington stays 3% ahead, Lexington wins. And it should win, because that means most of you are voting for it. That's how this should work. Guys, just remember, guys, Goliath is the next evolution, so Lexington just makes sense. Okay, fiber therapist, you're good. Make your pitch. That is good. That is a good thing to be making. Oh, he has a tail too. I could make the tail instead. I'm kind of putting off doing the wings a little bit. So his tail is like one big bomby knocker and then like 3 little ones. Don't know how I'm going to accomplish that in a limited amount of space, but we're going to try. Yeah, when I hear Goliath, I just think the big one. Not anything to do with Gargoyle. Hi, Daiquiri! You made it! I hope work was well. Well and over quickly. You want it to be big just to see if I can pronounce it next week. You know what, Mark? That's fair. Okay. Oh, wait, he's got a little, like, pointy bit. So, tail, magic ring 6, and we'll do a little picot as well. Is it weird that you don't remember this Pokemon? I think he's a little bit on the forgettable side. He's kind of like wedged into Gen 2, but he doesn't evolve until Gen 4, so it's easy to like to think he wasn't taken seriously in his own time. And he's just a little guy. But apparently he was in the anime, because like I've seen GIFs of it over on the Discord, so it exists. Okay, there we go. So I've gone up to 9 for the biggest lump. Yeah, work was a 10-hour shift. Oof, in the memory care unit, okay. Done 20 hours in there in the past 2 days. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, flibba could be licky licky. I would allow it. You have to remember it for when the time comes, but I guarantee I'll almost definitely make the same joke again. Frankly, it's surprising it didn't come up for Lickitung. Ah, you started playing in Gen 3. That does make sense. Eight and 9. Okay. Right, his little stinger's kind of in the wrong spot, but I feel like we can all just collectively decide it's fine. If we wanted to. 3 single crochet increase, and then I did 9 around. And now we need to go 3 single crochet decrease. Remember young me thinking Dunsparce evolved into Gligar since they both are together in the Pokedex. I have a number of Pokemon who are like mashed together in my brain that way. Like I have a hard time telling Gligar, Skorupi, Drapion, and Gliscor. Like those 4 kind of mash up a little bit in my brain. And to be fair, Gligar has the tail of Drapion, so it makes sense. Oh, he just wasn't in Silver. That's another good reason to forget him, because there were so many, like, exclusives to one game or the other that, like, I feel like most of us, if we were in the situation to have one of the Pokemon games, probably couldn't afford to get both versions of the same game, right? So, like, there'd be whole chunks of Pokemon we'd never meet. Okay, so we're down to 6. And I can do the next blob using front post to try and distinguish between them, maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. You want to name him Glug? No, I'm sorry. The polls have been long and complicated. We've been through a whole process. But the name is officially Lexington with 43% of the vote, followed by Flibba at 36% and Wah at 21%. So we tried to get some sounds into the name, but in the end, Lexington was the real victor right from the start. Oh, that's cool. You were lucky in that regard, in that both you and your brother had Game Boys and a link cable, so you'd get different versions for your birthday and would be able to trade with each other. That's cool. Yeah. That is one way it would absolutely work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think that's kind of what Nintendo had in mind. I don't think they necessarily expected everybody to buy both games. I think they expected everyone to have a friend. I gotta say, I strongly approve of how enthusiastic y'all were about these gargoyle names, but they've just completely gone, like, I know I've been shown them, but I don't, without the emotional connection, they've just gone whizzing past. I'm just like, cool, those are fine names. You want to name Mime Jr.? Wah! Lexington's a cute name. Goliath is an appropriate name. It's just like, yeah, they work, even without the references, so good job, everybody. Okay, and now I need to go down a notch because we have to fit 2 more blobbles in. So we'll go single crochet decrease. 2. Nowadays you buy both versions, one to play normally through the story and the other to do your Nuzlocke on. Ah, fair, fair. I am too much of an emotional lightweight to play Nuzlocke properly. I have done them before. But I don't think I could do them on camera. I get way too emotionally invested. I'm not good enough skill-wise, and if if I was crocheting them as well, I feel like the only thing that would make any narrative sense would be to like destroy or frog the crochet if they passed away, which I always have thought is disrespectful to everything involved, the materials, the time taken. That could change. I'm open to the idea of my opinion changing on that, but yeah, it's not something I currently have plans to do. That's 4 front post single crochet. You know what, dude? I might be shortchanging you a blob just because I'm bored. 1, 2. Smoochum has already been made, and we named him something. Hold on. I will find him, and I will reveal his name unto you. Smoochum was named Raspberry, which is a similar flavour to I'm wearing earrings. I've got little dragonflies in. They're just tiny. It's because I got a chameleon in my hair. I wanted to make sure he had food. The theme for today was Pokemon who would definitely get up to mischief, and so we've made Sneasel and we made Gligar. Excuse me. Alright, I can see Smoochum, but he's too far away. Sorry, I was just looking at my pile off to the side. My accessories should not be eating each other. No, but there needs to be a theme. It's like, you know, chameleon, little dragonflies. That makes sense to me. There is a cohesion at play. I almost had my batties in, but they didn't have the same synergy with the chameleon. Alright, I didn't nail the tail. The tail's a fail. Okay. There's little Lexington. All he's missing is his wings. I'm trying to decide if we're making a third one or if I'm calling it. I'm just doing like a little mental read on how we're feeling. I think brain-wise I'm fine. Hand-wise I'm struggling a little bit just because like we've got strapping on the thumb today. Voice I think is holding up. Let me see who we have left. Do I remember who's behind each of these doors? I remember who 2 of them are. Oh, I do remember who the 3rd one is. I don't know. How long have we been going? Okay, we've gone for about 3 hours. That's a pretty short stream. I should probably keep going. No. I already have so many to sew together. We should probably stop. Okay, so let's just do a tour of who we have and who I still have to work on. Sorry, guys. So, from, not last week, but last stream, I did finish Pinopticon, who I think turned out quite well, and I still need to sew Tiramisu together, but Tiramisu has at least got all of their bits. Great. And I still have Pupitar in the box at my feet, who still needs his face pieces and a couple of his spikes. Bye, Tani. Thanks for hanging out. And then today we started making Sneasel, who we named Shrimp. We named Shrimp, who needs some butt feathers and duplicate pieces. And we've made Lexington, the Gligar, who needs a great many pieces too. So I am going to call it there, I think. Just so I don't end up with too much, because I don't want to like not have them done for the next stream. Okay. I think Pineco turned out pretty good. Do I have Fortress here or is he still in the other room? Dang it, I need to bring Fortress in here so I can show them off together. But yeah, I ended up having to make each of the strings twice and then sew them together to give them some thickness. But he came out with a lot of character. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah, so he's actually done. He's not in the Pokédex yet, but he's done. So, yeah, I will be planning to do, it might not be a super long stream next week. I'm going to go ahead and just assume. I'm going to give myself some benefit of the doubt here, and I'm going to assume that I have packed and cleaned and wrapped and done all of the things that I need to do for Christmas, and we'll squeeze in a stream where we'll work on one Pokemon, but I'll make sure it's a good one. So yeah, I will see you guys all there. And, yeah, look after yourselves during all the snowstorms and heat waves, okay? Okay, deal. Bye. Oh, that's the page that got moved. I forgot to reveal the other options. I'm so sorry, everybody. I was like, pack it in, we're done. All right, option number 1 was Chikorita? Chikorita, yeah. Pure mischief. You can't tell me otherwise. Option number 2 was another case of the Whoopers. Whoop whoop. Who you guys will not pick, and that's becoming fun for me. And number 5, I saw it guessed, is Slugma. Yeah, so those are who the other mischievous options were. All right, I'm gonna go again. Sorry about that, everybody.